we are almost saying goodbye to our beloved summer series. I love a good thing to do during the summer months, something to focus on. And these MyScenes, this MyScenes digital media property has been really pleasant to just like, obviously I don't turn my brain off when I watch them because I'm taking notes, but like I can just bask in some nostalgia. I can remember when I was the demographic being catered to, you know, and it just enjoy. So, in the year of our Lord 2005, Miramax Family Films gave us MyScenes Goes to Hollywood, the movie. It is not good. I did not enjoy it. This one got like, you know, pretty middle of the road scores when I just did a light Googling. I do not agree. I did not agree. I did not enjoy this. I was not having a girl boss time. I just... Whatever. It is an hour, so expect this to be one of my longer MyScenes videos, because I have a little more playtime. Normally I would say I make these videos so that they are the right amount of time that you don't feel the need to go back and rewatch the media. That it would, you know, if you just wanted to remember the media, you would just go back and watch it. I am pleading with you that no matter how long it takes me to get to the point, don't go watch this movie. It's bad. It's not good. So let's get started. It's got everything from Lindsay Lohan to another Hollywood is bad plot. My third this year, second this month, with both my Secrets of My Hollywood Life series, my Click book review, in which Dial L for Loser just took place, and now this, and a cameo from Harvey Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein. I just don't... 2005 was a different time. She surely was a different time. So we start off and CGI is in the chat. They are going hard, sweeping shots of the city, swooping around. There are many different just cuts of the girl's reverse shot of Central Park. It is CGI o'clock in this piece tonight. I said the girls look good. No, the girls look consistent. The girls actually look worse, I would say, than they did in the other movies because they were at least stylized for the time. There's like CGI with hand-painted backgrounds, but the major backgrounds are CGI, but like things that they might not have to interact with a super bunch are still painted, and it looks bad. They're just bad. They're bad. No thanks. No thanks. This is the third movie. Why are we getting character introductions? No other movie in this series gives us character introductions. They just say, sink or swim, bitch. I hope you're watching the webisodes. Baby hands here. We get character introductions for this one. In which we get shown little supercuts. Barbie is a party planner, yearbook photo taker, and an all-around girl's girl. It feels like a day in first place. I'm so lucky. Nothing's gonna bring me down today. I'm so lucky. Madison is apparently a fucking horse girl, so that's fun. She's a writer, a shopper, and an American. Noelle is a science knower, animal lover, and yoga doer. Maybe Paris or Milan, maybe fashion, maybe not, but I'm telling you one thing, I will take the lead. Chelsea is class agitator because they show her with a megaphone in front of the lockers and then 2 different shots of her doing fashion. With everything I know about Chelsea, not only is she kind of like, not dumb, but like her whole thing is being like an airhead and not being good at school. They're like, no negative traits. Only smart girls. Only smart girls in this clique. I don't have to try to be someone else. I'm happy just being myself. So there's that. And then Delancey, skater, foodie, surfer. Foodie is a much more reasonable third trait to give someone because you can't put on there that Delancey is a stone cold bitch who will in fact be the brashest thing around. But you know, foodie is something you can add because girls do be loving food sometimes. This is very clearly a toy commercial pretending to be... Okay. I had to actually sit down and watch this in 2 parts, and you might be thinking, oh, an hour movie, you sat down and did 2 half hours. No, I wish. I did 1 stint where I got approximately 7 minutes into the film and then said, I am not paid enough for this. So I went and lived life for 2 days, 2 great, glorious days, and then I came back at 11 o'clock at night and I said, well, I gotta film tomorrow morning. So here I am. Don't say I never did anything for ya. So when I wrote the first part of these notes, I had different feelings than I would, and I deconstructed me. I looked deep within myself to get where I needed to go talking about these, because I realized that the issue isn't the fact that this is giving toy commercial tease. It's the fact that it isn't giving enough toy commercial tease. I think the best part of these movies is the fashion. These movies are meant to sell dolls, and these dolls are, you know, meant to sell fashion packs and clothing and all these other things. You know, you get the Barbie doll and she came with Jammin' in Jamaica. Well, now you gotta get River and the boys in the band, and you gotta get all their outfits, and every outfit that was worn in Jammin' in Jamaica was in the movie. Masquerade Madness, the main crux of the movie is like 2 things: slumber party, masquerade party. And the clothing that they're wearing when they're not doing those 2 things are their normal outfits that you could buy. But that big thing that you would wear, that you would dress your Madison doll up in, was there at the end of the movie, and in fact was really cool and like a stunning set piece. This, on the other hand, this shit, I couldn't tell you what doll set was being sold with this. And this was 2005. I was assuming this was 2008. I was still consuming doll content. I do believe I had switched to Polly Pockets, but maybe I wouldn't have if the dolls hadn't been so... if the movie tie-in wasn't terrible. As the girls are introduced, toy commercial style, we have a title card as they're walking up the streets. Barbie trips over some production cables and cords. What could possibly be happening here? A movie is being shot outside of the dish. It's filled with hopeful actors and actresses asking for their Hollywood elite coffee drinks. Because if the worst thing that you could ever possibly be in New York is from LA, apparently. They hate you. The girls get to the boys and they explain that there is a Hollywood movie being shot outside the dish. So notable. I noted last movie that River did not have a goatee. He still doesn't. But now all of the boys have this, what did I call it? They have this soy boy de-yassified look to them. Where's River's goatee? Why is everyone so soft and smooth? And everyone's soft and smooth. The girls are soft and smooth, and they've got these just like almond-shaped heads with these different almondy shaped eyes with that, you know, come off their face a little bit. No lashes really. They're like 3 lashes. Sea eyebrows. And like they actually put noses on them. I think that's what the issue is. Jamming into Jamaica, Barbie had no nose. Barbie had no need for a nose. Barbie had no need for a nose. And like their little mouths. Like Madison's blue eyes have always been giving God, it's a reference that doesn't track. There's this book I read in middle school that maybe I'll talk about one day, hopefully, where the immortal, not vampires, had, once you got changed into an immortal, you had these ice blue eyes. And Madison being the only black person, and also being the only black person with these blue ass eyes. It's just like, womp, womp, womp. It's giving Mayhem Miller. It's not giving what they thought it was. It's not giving Volturi. It's giving Mayhem Miller. So, more problems. The boys are... No one knows who's starring in the movie, but you'll have a red-headed shaped clue. The boys are looking out for stars. As the crowd moves outside, the girls follow. The boys stay back because they're looking, hoping to find the star in there for some reason. They follow the crowd, and then production assistant Audra's like, alright, it's time for extras to move towards, towards a certain area of the set. So the girls pretend to be extras. They lie to get on set. Chelsea makes custom outfits out of a banner so that they are in under like 15 seconds. So that they are in the uniform for the extras of the school that they are shooting in.
Come on! No way. Can you really? Totally. I've got my sewing kit in my bag. Okay, extras, let's go. Line up in front of me. Hurry! I'm trying! You really think this will work? It has to.
The girls get their extra assignments. Chelsea is bummed because she has to be sweat cleanup girl. Then director's like, Lindsay, time for you to come to set. And it's like, which Lindsay? Is it, I literally wrote Lindsay? Like Lindsay Lohan? It is in fact Lindsay of the Lindsay Lohan variety. What the fuck is this? I'm 7 minutes in and I'm losing my mind. What is... So, the plot of the movie that they're shooting is like this one. Or actually not that book. I don't know what was in the water post 9/11, but like the plot of this book, we have a school that is training up teens to be spies, This time it's positive for some reason. And Lindsay Lohan is having her first day at spy school. And is thus being trained up by her co-star, Ryan Riddle. Ryan, he is the male love interest of this movie. Chelsea's mad about being sweat girl. However, they snag a call time to be on set as extras tomorrow. Tomorrow at 6 a.m. At every turn in this first half of the movie, Madison is looking for reasons not to be a part of this. She doesn't want to have to lie to get on set. They get in there and she's like, we don't have the right uniforms. Everyone else is moving this forward. That night, Madison's like, we might miss it because I'm gonna oversleep. I like my beauty sleep and I like to rest. The girls are all like, no, we totally got this. They have a sleepover where they all sleep in a circle around the bevy of 22 alarm clocks that they managed to get. Barbie reads the plot of the movie. Please insert here, Megan. Chelsea is still mad about being sweat girl. The girls spill about how cute the male lead Ryan is, and they contemplate how nice Lindsay Lohan is in real life. She's from New York, just like us. She's 5 New York girls. Everyone imagines how great it would be to be friends with Lindsay Lohan. From getting the best invites, to going shopping, to being able to control and help, schedule her life out. They could go surfing, shopping, get to the best fashion shows, go to the greatest parties, all because you're friends with Lindsay. Not how Lindsay would feel about this or being a good friend to her, but they're all focused on them.
Honey, this is how you throw a party in Mykonos, bitch.
The next morning, they all wake up on time and they head to set. As the girls head to wardrobe, some of these dudes think that they're actual celebrities and they want to take photos with them. As they're walking to wardrobe, they're thinking about how a wardrobe artist, their job is to make everyone feel like their individual self and how good and great they all are and how they are looking for what kind of clothing they're gonna look for, very passionate for fashion-y. Boy, are they bummed when they get riding crop outfits. Is that what the doll is? Is that what the doll is for this movie? Is riding crop Barbie? Is riding jockey Barbie? Because that's not really where my imagination goes. A black riding suit, gray pants, and either black or brown jacket. That's not the imagination, Mattel. This is why you fumble the ball, Mattel. They do some scoping around of the set. We have production doing the most with these CGI shots and just whipping around. We get a musical montage. And then the girls go, and after flopping around, they finally get found out from flopping around as extras just waiting around for 4 hours. When they steal like a cart car, production manager sees them and they are sent off to the extras ghetto. It's just like a set of tents where y'all sit around for hours at a time. Delancey loves eating the crafty food because it's free. After sitting around for 4 hours, they go off to spy some more on set. The girls sneak into the wardrobe trailer, and Madison is again worried about getting caught doing this. But her friends are just like, who cares? And they pull her in, and she goes. They do another clothes trying on montage. There's more montages in this movie, but they're not the 3-minute montages that we had in Jammin' in Jamaica. Everyone needs to pay respect to their elders because those montages were great. Afterwards, they wonder what to do next, and they do some more wondering about Lindsay. It's finally time for the extras. Chelsea accidentally volunteers to be horseshit girl, and everyone else is on horses. Oh no! Samantha broke her leg roller skating. What will we do? Well, they see Madison on her horse, and her horse like gets a little away from her, and she just calms it down calmly with this skill that we've never seen her use before. And thus production's like, well, there we go. That's who we can have play Liza. We'll just have this bitch do it. I'm telling you, every movie's like excuse to get a nobody on set is always the most complicated thing. You could just... So Madison, they pull her aside and they're like, hey, you want to be in this movie for the next 2 weeks while we're filming here? Because that's all we'll need you for. And she's like, sure. Madison is whisked away to become a minor star. She's only got 5 lines. Make sure you put in the director telling Madison the scope of the role she's going to be playing. Girls hypothesize, theorize, whatever you'd like to say. Madison hanging out, sitting in between Ryan and Lindsay, being, you know, the new hot girl, and totally just like being the most confident thing and inserting yourself into the conversations of others. But she shows up to eat with them at the extras ghetto. She's way too nervous to eat with the stars. But production assistant Audra shows back up and is just like, well, we don't have time for this, for you to hang out with them. Come to the trailer. So they all go over to Madison's trailer. It's spread out, but I mean, it's so cool that she at least has a trailer. We have, she has a script that she needs to learn, and we have another makeup montage. As the girls, Madison is leaving with her new stuff, they walk up to Lindsay and they're like, oh, might we take a look inside? But much less politely. They are so rude this entire movie. Lindsay's like, yeah, sure, totally. Which we see her totally fit for an actual star trailer. And they're all flabbergasted, and she's kind of nonplussed. Madison asks Lindsay for some advice, and she's given just the advice to be like, just pretend that the camera's not there, and that you're just going to, you know, say the lines that you've learned and pretend like the camera's not there. So cool, so useful. Time to shoot the scene. Madison cannot stop giggling and fucking it up, so it takes some 40 or so shots for them to get one angle of this kiss that Madison has to share with the love interest Ryan. With all the takes, it finally explains why it takes hours and hours earlier to shoot the 2 scenes that they have. So afterwards, she's chit-chatting with the girls. Ryan comes in to thank her and congratulate her on a great first day, and invites her to come to a club. So, of course, Madison's like, yes, I would love to go. It's gonna be great. The rest of the group regroups with the boys, and Hudson and Ellis are bummed that they didn't get to meet Lindsay, and that if they had just gone outside with the girls, that they would have gotten to meet her as an extra. Madison arrives before her meetup with Ryan. The girls are so excited, jealous. of Madison. They're like, oh my god, I wish we could go and meet Lindsay and Ryan. So they just go. They just crash their friend's date without asking. Their friend's date with people that they work with. I don't know, that feels a bit bridge too far. But of course, they show up to the club. There's a 3D shot of the club. They show up to the club and Madison is playing DDR with Lindsay Lohan and they can't stop staring at her. They're... This club is like a barcade situation, mostly like clubcade. It's like got dancing and video games and stuff and everyone's having a good time. It's super cute. The squad rolls up in their best khakis and they cannot stop staring at Lindsay. Megan, put in the background music, because this background music for the scene is sending me. Lindsay wins at DDR and the gang is just hanging around watching. Ellis is obsessed with Lindsay.
Hey, Lindsay, don't look now, but you're being gawked.
Madison and Lindsay talk about them being writers. You know, we gotta insert some more continuity in there. And Madison's like, oh yeah, we should totally swap demos. Is 2005 the year that Rumors came out? Is this Lindsay being like, I absolutely have to cross promote? Madison is so glad that Lindsay is easygoing. She keeps talking about how she's a normal girl with just a really cool job and she wished people would treat her like that. They talk about, and Ryan and Lindsay are both complaining about the paparazzi. Even though Ryan seems to hate the paparazzi, he also seems to want their attention more than anything. So the squad gawks at the celebrities and Madison is so embarrassed. After hearing the celebrities pleased to be treated with normalcy, they do and talk about all the things that they dreamed about earlier, where they're talking about, oh my god, where's the best surf places that you've ever been? Where's the best shopping? And do they let you bring your best friend along? Like, they don't even attempt to get to know her as a person. And it's very...
I love this. Elena Keys, right?
Chelsea.
What? It's cool. But you changed it, right? You redid the neckline and added the lace yourself.
Okay, enough about clothes. I want to know about all the places you get to travel for your movies and how good a friend you have to be to come along.
I have to tell you, we love your movies. All of us do. I mean, Madison has every single one on DVD.
Barbie?
Dude.
Ellis sits way too close to Lindsay Lohan. Cue the Kill Bill siren. Very just like... intensifies. Madison is like, oh my god, some of the other actors are calling you, and Lindsay's like, cool, I'll go do that, freeing Lindsay from this awkward interaction. After she leaves, the gang talks about her right in front of Ryan, and again Madison is embarrassed because she wants these people to like her. And there's nothing wrong. In the big scheme of things, there's nothing wrong with wanting people to like you and wanting your friends to treat complete strangers that you have to work with some modicum of respect and humility like they are people. These celebrities are being talked about in front of them like they are little balls of, you know, dolls on the shelves, little balls of meat. And so some of the plot of this movie does not hold up because it's the girls being jelly of Madison. Not that Madison doesn't do anything that is wrong, but I also can understand why you can't bring your friends to the top with you when your friends aren't acting right. Ryan rescues her to go talk to and hang out with his other friends at a different party. They're on a walk outside of the party going to get a taxi, and he just says sometimes worlds don't mix. And as an adult, you will learn. You should have learned, because I hope I don't have any minors DNI. That, you know, your work friends and your college friends and your hometown friends aren't always going to link up. It is not always going to be the same thing all the time. You are allowed to contain multitudes. The paparazzi catches them together leaving the party as they get into a taxi. The next day, the girls are waiting for Madison, but she's already... on set. She went there, had her dad drop her off without telling the rest of the girls. They go to her trailer, and she tries to tell them about how she's displeased with their behavior last night, but it's 10 minutes to set, and so she kicks them out instead of letting them chill in the trailer. Sometimes you just gotta separate yourself. Madison has lunch with the celebs and blows off her friends. They come by the celeb tent and they wave, and she just kind of goes, "Ah, yeah, they certainly are here. Ah." Afterwards, the gang comes by, but Madison is on her way to meet with Ryan. The group is mad at her as she explains that she really likes him and doesn't want to mess things up. The group takes this in the least charitable reading of this possible, where they don't take accountability for their inappropriate behavior at the party. However mean she is being at this point, I still think it's justified, because what they were doing at that party, that's not how you make friends, even with a stranger that you're just meeting for the first time and not knowing that that person is a celebrity. Getting all in someone's space and asking them about what kind of expensive hobby they take part in is unacceptable to me. Bad friendship behavior. Madison isn't perfect here either, but this groupthink victim complex that they've got going on is annoying. Madison is like, "Well, we'll talk about this tomorrow." The group also is like, "We're gonna have a rap party for the end of the movie." So it's tomorrow. They head to her trailer and find her talking with Lindsay. She's like, "I'm talking with Lindsay right now, so I gotta go. Bye-bye." And closes the door on them. Later, Ryan and Madison do a low-budget disguise makeover montage. I guess they're on a date hanging around New York City. They even get to ride in a horse-drawn carriage. The gang reads the tabloids about Madison. The girls are so jealous that they don't even like going to set. They're so mad at her that they don't even want to do their jobs correctly. This fun dream job that they've been offered. They don't even want to do it properly. The boys give some much needed perspective shift in which they're like, "I think you guys are just being jealous." However, Madison shows up and has gotten a big starlet head because she's dating a celebrity, and she's on set. For someone who's got 5 lines, she's on set a lot. mad shit when Madison walks in.
Oh, breaking up. Gotta jump, Linz. Smooches. I need a double shot iced half-calf non-fat soy mocha latte. Thanks. You're a peach.
Listen, Megan, just put in the clip of Madison walking. Madison might be getting deluded, but like treating your friends as an extension of yourself and thus their success is your success and that your friend's axis is your axis, I find is mad toxic. Madison being in this role and possibly making friends with Lindsay Lohan should not have opened up some of the inappropriate behavior. I'm sorry, I spent a lot of time in school learning about cognitive behavioral stuff. Madison comes in and orders a Hollywood drink, and she's super bitchy, and they're bitchy. Everyone's in the wrong here.
Madison, hey.
Hey, that's so funny seeing you guys here.
We always come here.
Oh, look, are those my clippings?
Your clippings?
Did you see this caption? They called me Ryan's beautiful mystery girl. I think that's so sweet. I wonder if I should leak my name to the media. The city's probably sick of being curious, right?
I'm sure it's all they think about.
Wow.
I don't even care anymore. Let her hang out with her new friends.
No way. She needs to know that this isn't right.
Madison is like, I have to bail on the rap party because she's not gonna have a lot of time with Ryan before he goes back to Hollywood, and she doesn't want to bring him to a teeny tiny local party to, you know, just us guys hanging around the house, you know, listening to music like they don't know how to put on a killer party. See, Jammin' in Jamaica and Masquerade Madness. If there's one skill Barbara, Millicent, Robert has, it's putting on a party. Whew. They are fully insulted. They are agitated. Barbie goes full Karen as she leaves and is like, follows her out.
Jealous. Of what? Your part in this thing is over tomorrow. Pretty soon, the whole production's moving back to LA, and they'll forget you ever existed. We'll still be here, but you're making it really hard for any of us to want to be your friend.
I'm making it hard. From the minute I started hanging out with Ryan and Lindsay, you guys made it impossible to be around you. Like that night at the Buzz Lounge. Did you even notice the looks on Lindsay and Ryan's faces? I wanted to melt into the floor and disappear.
So, you think we're embarrassing?
Yes. And maybe that's no big deal to you, but I care what these people think. Especially Ryan.
So what you're saying is your real friends, the ones you've known your whole life, aren't cool enough to mix with your new celebrity friends. So you're choosing them over us.
I never said that. I'm choosing you both. Just separately.
Uh-huh.
Okay, wait. Maybe I'm not explaining it right.
No, I think you explained it perfectly. I'll see you around.
And it's just like, how dare you, you basic bitch, you only have 5 lines. Madison is just like, I'm choosing you both separately, which isn't very friendshipy, but it feels very real lifey. Barbie is sulking because she's just like, because if you remember from the first book, from the first movie, Barbie's best friend is Madison. At this point, I started sending voice notes to my partner and writing notes in here saying how I felt like I was being held captive from this movie, because it's like, I think it still had like 15 minutes. It took me so long to watch this movie. I got to the 30-minute mark of this movie at 11:30. I came out and I sat and I was like, I'm sitting at a table, it won't take me that long. I finished this movie at 3 something, I think 2:30, and then I finally like packed up at 3. Jail. Barbie and Noelle are around as extras as they're filming the last scenes. They are ignoring Madison. Delaney goes in for the kill in some of the most deep cutting shit because I love her. She is mean and we stan.
I think it went pretty well, don't you? Oh, come on. What, you're ignoring me now?
Licorice?
Oh, I'd love one.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just offering it to my friends. But if you really want one, I'm sure one of your people can help you out.
Just drag her by her weave. All I noted is after Delaney was like, you basic bitch with your 5 lines, And all I could think is, you know who had 5 lines? Lindsay Lohan. Madison pulls Ryan to set up some dates with him before he leaves. And he's just like, I can't invite you to these things. I've got real celebrity events to go to. And she's like, oh, well, you could take your girlfriend. And he goes, I don't have a girlfriend. I wouldn't be having this much fun if I had a girlfriend. So essentially it's just like, am I your girlfriend? No. Heart emoji. Madison goes off crying. Lindsay sees this and goes to the group and is like, hey, your friend might need you to be comforted. She's just going through a lot.
All done.
Madison. You guys should go check on Madison.
Yeah, right.
You know what? She's your friend, and she just got really hurt.
Good. Now she knows how it feels.
Whatever. Look, I don't know what's going on with you, but from what Madison told me, you're supposed to be really close. I've seen what she's going through a million times, and trust me, she needs her friends right now. But hey, if that's not what you really are, I guess she was wrong.
Chelsea's like, good. Which, harsh, bro, chill. Lindsay like cuts back and is like, hey, I don't know what's going on. She talks about you guys like y'all are her best friends, and she is going through something really tough right now that I see a lot in this industry. I think direct quote. So the girls go and try to connect with Madison. It's not clear in the movie, but I do think we get a new moon time jump of just sitting and wallowing in depression as Madison T-poses during another Leslie Mill music montage about how sad she is.
Missed you at school today. You there? Please talk to us.
Madison, I'm calling from the other side of your door. If you don't open up by the count of 3, you'll leave us no choice but to make your room completely unlivable. 1, 2, 3. We warned you.
Each girl calls her Barbie, Chelsea. Chelsea's like, I missed you at school, which is just like, how long has Madison been in depression mode? Noelle calls, talking about don't be embarrassed, which, you know, that might be true, but that is not the time. It is not the time for this. And lastly, Delancey's like, if you don't answer this phone, I'm gonna bust your door down. So she lets them in. Madison apologizes and they accept. They never take any responsibility for their own issues in this, like Barbie didn't when she fully ruined the Battle of the Bands for the group. They decide that they're going to go to a different party because, again, I think we've had like a Bella Swan sitting in the depression pit transition. And they have a makeover montage with them going to the spa, getting makeup, mani-pedis, their hair done. The boys are dressed, they're in their party outfits. Was that the Hollywood dress that we were supposed to be sold? There's CGI sparkles on it. There's no way you could buy that. They roll up in a limo, and it is time for the premiere. They're like, I wonder who they think we are. And then Lindsay Lohan gets out, and she's like, oh my god, let's all walk the carpet together. They do. Ryan shows up and is a dick.
Hey, I'm so glad you guys can make it. Are you kidding? We wouldn't miss it for the world. Especially not if there's a craft service table inside for Delancey. Stop, I mean it. If I even think about black licorice or gore, I'll be ill. Okay, Lindsay, I'm sure you hear this all the time. But seriously, this is pretty cool. It's fun, isn't it? Come here.
Madison, long time no see. You guys look great. So, want to ditch the hangers on and go watch our movie?
You have any desire to hang out with him?
None. You?
No. Let's go.
She kicks him out. Fuck Ryan. And then it's the end. They never went to Hollywood. The MyScenes never went to Hollywood. Not a single step out of New York. Honestly, they never leave their normal situation where they hang out. So I think after several pieces of media about Hollywood and teen girls and fame, maybe I'm just burnt out on the concept, but this movie is doing nothing for me. It's just like, these movies were meant to sell dolls, and all the other movies, I can remember the outfits and clothings that were worn, the thing they were trying to sell. I do not know what doll they were trying to sell. I guess I'll pop it up here, which one it came with. Like the other movies, I remember their soundtrack, the fashion. They're like, yeah, a little bit of the plot, I guess. But it's just like, this movie is so long and it's selling Lindsay Lohan. It is not selling a doll. I have yet to see a fit or hear a bop in this entire movie. They minimized the amount of Leslie Mills in this thing. What was the point? What was the reason? What was the reason? So, this is the final in the trilogy of movies of the MyScene movie, and the animation was uglier. It was less stylized and less fun than the other two movies, or even some of the like middle tier webisodes, because they might have been crunchy, but at least they had a heart, man. This plot only works if you retcon that Madison is a horse girl. So that's fun. And it's like two different groups are writing the webisodes. Like they have no Bible for what they have done, because the webisodes are like, Madison has a crush on Sutton and they're kind of together. And the movies are like, she has never seen that man not a day in her life. She does not know who he is. That is a stranger to her, and how dare you ask a woman to hang out with a man she's never known. Like, fully. I know doll movies are kind of fantasy, play pretend, but I'd like a little bit of continuity. Oh, I don't know. I feel like there's so much continuity between, like, after one movie into the next set of webisodes, that the movies just like look at the webisodes and say, I don't respect you, and just does whatever they want. Whatever. So that's the end of that. There are only 4 more webisodes after this, and I decided that I'm going to watch those 4 webisodes and also discuss the MyScenes wiki, fan wiki, in the same episode. So you won't have to wait for a separate episode for that. Okay, if you want to hear my thoughts on Secrets of My Hollywood Life, that'll be around. That's on my channel under Secrets. If you want to hear me talk about, oh my god, Dial L for Loser, you can hear it from that in my Year of the Click series, but they're all in my Girl Bossing Through History series, which you can also find my other MyScene Cinematic Universe videos where I talk about them. So if this is the first time you're hearing of me, I'm Megan. No niches, no God, and I love glitter, sparkles, and girly shit. Alright. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Megan_Blush_. And it's always a good time just hanging out, talking shit, doing makeup, looking pretty. Bye, y'all. I have an end card. Bye.